So I don't know where it is, how much research, how many mentors you spend time around.
Right.
But you have to get, in my life, I found you got to take some action. And this bold part probably even integrates with the things that I've done.
Yes,
Right?
of course it is.
Yeah.
Look at you, the necessary entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
That came from a place of, I'm just going to do this.
That's it.
We're going to roll the dice here.
Yeah.
And tell me how that felt in your body.
Yeah, so, but I've programmed, I make a decision, I go. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want this isn't about me, but I've gotten to a place in my life where if I want to really do something,
Yes.
I'm at a place where I can put all this other stuff aside now.
Yeah.
This negative self-talk, all these things, because I realized in life, I always come back, you touched on this self-esteem thing a little bit earlier.
Yes.
I have found through myself, I went through the same process. I remember being a 12-year-old boy and a 13-year-old boy. I remember that kid being at the punch bowl at a dance and not being able to go talk to the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it and how terrifying that was. And I never could convince myself. Some of the boys were, but I couldn't. And that was fear. That must be a lack of confidence. It's low self-esteem, but I have to go through that. So I remember growing up humbly like I did, I remember feeling less than on some hand-me-down clothes or so I remember those moments. So I had to go through the same process. But at some point in my life, I'm fortunate that I can't tell you exactly why, how many experiences, but I'm fortunate that I was able to put all those moments of lack of confidence, low self-esteem aside and say that shit doesn't matter because that's all.
Here we go. We're cursing now.
Yeah, we are. We went there, right? And the reason why, you can tell the passion comes out. But here's why it doesn't matter, because all that is me perceiving how other people feel about me.
Yes.
And none of that matters if it's stopping me from going and taking action on something I want to. And so I was fortunate at somewhere around 15, 16, 17 years old, I just started doing these things.
Yeah.
And that's what I found is important. And so when I decided to like, hey, let's do this podcast, it wasn't just about being cool and doing a podcast, about likes, about monetizing. It was about, there's a lot of people that I'm seeing that aren't taking action with their life. And let's start talking to very successful people who have traveled a path that can let everyone know, like, hey, you can really do some significant things in your life. So the necessary entrepreneur came from this place that it was necessary for me to have the life I wanted.
Yes.
That I go down this entrepreneurial path. And so that's how I identify with myself. So I thought about this podcast. It's like, let's do.
Yeah. So each time, I'm guessing it was easier to say, we're doing this. It gets easier as you go, right?
Just does.
It's a practice. It's a muscle in the body.
It is.
And how does it feel in your body every time you go, let's do this?
Now I ask myself, do I have enough time to put into something else? But all those things that I see in so many people that I just want, if I could give them an injection of confidence, that's the one thing I wish I could just give to people. Like, let me give you a shot. Take all the medicine. Let me give you a shot of confidence. It just makes you believe that you can be bold enough to do something.
Yeah, and what I would add to that is while your confidence building is under construction, bold will do.
100%. It'll cause you to take action. And I've said that in sales meetings so much around our realtors and our real estate company. I'm like, be bold. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I need to tell them what that is. And so that's probably what this book is doing.
I hope so.
Yeah, because I think for people that don't know how to do something, that don't have a knowledge in their brain about what being bold, if they've never done anything bold yet in their life, what is it? It's taking action and believing you can do something if you haven't before, right? That says, hey, I can do this, I want to. So I want everybody to get to a point. They don't need to travel Julie's path or Mark's path necessarily. No. But whatever you believe you want to do, man, go do it.
And you have to know what you believe. And I'll give it away, Mark. The first step on the footbridge to bold, as I lay it out in the book, is know what you believe. The more you know what you believe, the more you'll be in touch with that ability to be bold and be able to execute it.